Hey everybody, welcome to episode 128 of Nintendo Power Block. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Deering, and alongside me, as always, is that retro code, Eddie V.
Dark Souls. Doesn't it have a schedule?
I know.
It should have just been completely online. But hi everybody.
Ah, man. No Jesse this week. He's doing parenting things. Too good for the podcast. I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's just me and Ed this week. But we are going to announce the winner of the $20 eShop gift card on this episode. So we do have a couple of questions we're going to answer before we get to that. So stay tuned to the end to find out who has won. A little housekeeping for you. We are continuing our Pod and Play Season 3. This week is Batman. Ed and I talk about the animated series, the Arkham series, and just kind of that era of cartoons in general and some other things. So hope you guys check that out on the Nerds Gone Rogue Prime channel.
Which is funny because we just had a Batman discussion on Arsenal X. If you guys have not seen the TMNT commentary, do check that out as we talk about Batman.
Yeah. We did the TMNT movie commentary. If you've been following us for a while, you know that we did the first 3 movies for Arsenal X, and now we did the animated movie, which is technically the 4th movie in that line of movies, which is a lot of canonical errors in that movie, but that's all right. We're just gonna let it go. That movie was a lot better than I remember it being. I mean, it wasn't It wasn't good, but it was a lot better than I remember. But definitely better than Ninja Turtles 3 by a mile. So if you want to check that out, you can go over to the Arsenal X YouTube page or on ngrradio.com under movie commentaries. With that said, we have been redesigning ngrradio.com for our channel launches, I should say, on October 1st. You can get a sneak peek at our new YouTube channels if you just click subscribe below if you're finding this channel or you're finding this video. And we are going to do our full relaunch on October 1st, so that's really exciting. I think that's about it that I need to plug. There's nothing really. There's going to be one big plug at the end for the October giveaway. So if you want to find out what it is, stay tuned, subscribe, listen all the way through. Woo! I'm very excited to announce the October giveaway, Ed. It's going to be a good time.
Yes!
It's going to be a good time. But for now, we are just going to get into what we've been playing. Ed, what have you been playing?
So I'm going to actually start with Xbox One, been diving into Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I'll talk more about that on Arsenal X. It's great. It's really good. I think Rise is better.
That's what I've been hearing. I heard it's more of the same, just like there's a couple things that are interesting, but overall I heard Rise is better. This is my most anticipated game of the year, and I'm trying to finish Spider-Man before I get to it, so it's like...
Yeah, and I really want to have a discussion when you pick it up. So I'm not going to spoil...
I bought it already,
Well, I mean, when you start playing it, I should have said, I forgot you got it digitally. When you start playing it. But I am enjoying it. After work, I'm not going to bed until like almost 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning because I'm literally playing that game. Putting a lot of focus. And like I said, it is good. I will say it, I will recommend that everybody buy it if you are into the Tomb Raider series. Right now, I do put it in kind of like my Game of the Year nomination for right now. Like, it's a placeholder. right now for that game. But I played that, but didn't do nothing with PS4. So with Switch, I got the Nintendo Online service. I
As did
downloaded.
I.
Yes, I did download Dark Souls, the network test, but I didn't realize that it was time, so I didn't get a chance to play it. I will say though, I like the. Is it a thumbnail or just a cover of the Dark Souls when you cut on your Switch when you're on the picture?
Like the thumbnail of the download?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just the look of it. That needs to be the box art.
It
That
is. I think it is the box art for this one.
Okay. I might want a T-shirt of that. That thing looks so good. I was just like, "Oh, I like this so much." But actually, played a little bit of Dead Cells. But jet back then to Puyo Tetris,
Man.
and I'm doing the story mode
Oh.
for it. Trying to get through that, and I'm going through all the talking and stuff, and I'm just putting it on automatic, so let them talk. But I love Puyo Tetris, like I said before, and just getting up with the Tetris pieces and stuff. Really, really enjoying that game. But yeah, I picked that back up, and I'm like, okay, I know I need to get into Dead Cells. I'll be jumping back into Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and Octopath Traveler. But I think I'm trying to line up all my games, and it's funny that we talked about Doom for how to play. Future episode, you guys gonna have to check out. Because I played Doom on Switch.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's flawless. It feels so good. And it may be a little bit slower, but I was just like, it's still the crazy antics and move around, blasting demons.
You're talking about the Switch version, right?
The Switch version, yeah. Played that, and I was just like, how is this possible? This shouldn't be done, but it is. And I'm just enjoying myself, and I was just like, this is why Titanfall 2 needs to be on the system. Because if Doom could do this and get people excited and why it deserved the million sales that it got, Titanfall 2 should be on Switch and getting that million sales than what it did on Xbox One and PS4 when it came out originally. Like, this game is perfect. And now, of course, like I said, I'm going to get Wolfenstein 2. But this game is perfect fitting on the system. Like, I'm just like, this is my graceful explosion machine in 3D. Ikaruga stuff. But yeah, dude, I'm just loving that game. And there is some news and stuff coming up later on in the coming weeks. Me and Corey and Jesse are still talking about it, just getting the list down of what we're going to be doing. But I can't wait to get into that. But yeah, I'm going to be jumping into that stuff. And I picked up some Neo Geo games, and I played also Double Dragon on it. I gotta see if I could use my Pro Controller, because it was weird kind of using the Joy-Con. I'm just like, wait, it told me to press start, but the minus button was the thing to start the game. And I'm just like, this is very weird. So I have to figure out what's going on with that. But yeah, other than that, that's what I've been playing.
Nice. I mean, for me, it hasn't really been that much. I've been trying to finish Spider-Man. It's been going really slow. I haven't really played a ton of games this week. I did a couple of quick looks that you can find on the Powblock YouTube channel or on ngrradio.com. I played the quick look has about 20 minutes of Valkyria Chronicles 4, but I've probably put about an hour and a half into it, and that game scratches the Fire Emblem itch so hard. Like, it just, like, it feels so good to move your units around and getting them in position to attack, and the mix between the real time and the turn-based stuff feels really good. Like, it kind of feels like the way Codename Steam probably should have felt, but just didn't on because like I've never played a Valkyria Chronicles game before, right? And so like I thought 4, I'll try out the demo because if I get it, the progress carries over, right? But if I don't like it, I'll probably end up getting it at some point. I just, I have to prioritize some stuff first. But that game feels really good. It feels really good to play. Art style is great. Like, it looks good on the Switch. So if you wanna see what Valkyria Chronicles 4 looks like, you can check it out on ngrradio.com or on our YouTube page. But it's really good. I played a little bit of the Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition, which I told everybody not to buy last week because it's an abomination of a game. Turns out Square knows how to make an RPG. It's real good. There's a Let's Play of that up as well on our YouTube page. You can check that out too. It's I love Final Fantasy 15, the original version, and like it just feels like instead of like trying to put more effort into that game, like they made this little spin-off version for phones that was just kind of like meh. But I played it on Switch and like the combat feels really good. The voice, all the dialogue is there from the original game. Like it feels a lot. It feels like a top-down kind of isometric RPG with a lot of cool action combat, and the dodging feels really good. The zip strike move that, kind of Final Fantasy 15 made really it was like the main source of zipping to an enemy to attack them. Yeah. Like it feels really good in this game too. Like, I don't know. I guess if you want Final Fantasy 15 on Switch, you should check out this version because it's fun. I probably put about 2 hours into it. I know. I'm sorry, everybody. I should probably apologize to Square too, but like, it just like the art style, just kind of like in the initial screenshots and everything and the trailers, it just really turned me off. Like, why would you make this amazing looking game look like this? And like, I don't know. It runs well. Really long loading time to get into the game though. Almost like 40 seconds, 45 seconds just to load up the game. But once you're in the game, it's like there's no loading really at all. So,
is it all the whole game, or is it?
Yeah, it's the whole game. It's the whole game. So, it's not like the whole game, but like it's. Let's see. I don't really know how to describe what they did to it. They just changed it to where like the whole story is there, and there's a ton of side stuff there. But I'm sure there's elements from the original game missing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure there's a few side quests. Like, I'm sure the side quest where you have to take pictures for the guy is not there, right? And take all these pictures of certain areas of the game. I'm sure that's not there. I'm sure the fishing stuff is not in it, right? It's just, that's a lot to put into this little game. So, but the whole story is there. There's a lot of side stuff there. So I think it's worth checking out for $17 this week. I totally retract what I said last week about this game. So, so you guys should check it out. But that's kind of all I've been playing. Puyo Puyo Tetris also. Just the Tetris, though, in bed because it feels really good.
I did pick up Undertale, so I'll probably be starting that. Anyway, I was thinking of doing Bastion, but I think I'm going to wait.
I'm trying to wait for Bastion for like that $9 or $10 range. Like, I like Bastion, don't get me wrong, but like
I have it on PS4.
Yeah, so. if I'm gonna buy it again, like I need to wait for a sale. I can't just be spending money because like again, like I just bought the online stuff. South Park comes out next week, which I'm really excited for, the first one. So I'm trying to squeeze my pennies together. Plus, like, baby's insurance costs a lot of money. And the bills coming in from the baby, it just makes me want to cry. I had to cancel a couple of my pre-orders this week. So kind of made me sad. So, but I did get the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 expansion, Torn of the Golden Country. And it's really nice because if you have the original game, it comes with a download code for the expansion pass. So you can just download it and just play the original game with all the expanded content in it instead of this cartridge, right? So like it was a nice little feature. I'm glad they did this. It's cool. So because
nice.
like I guess there's like 4 or 5 content drops for Xenoblade throughout last year.
Yeah,
I haven't gotten to because I played about 5 hours of that game and moved on to something else because which sucks because we were both really excited for that game and I don't think either of us finished it.
No, we didn't. I'm committed to playing that game. Love it. But me and Corey, we jump around with different games because we gotta. It's not we lose interest. It's just that
we got to keep our audience informed on stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I also checked out the NES stuff on Switch, which is like it's the NES games. It's like I don't know how to describe them. They play exactly the same as they did 30 years ago. So I don't really know.
Exactly.
I mean, like Balloon Trip is fun for the 30th time. Mario 3 is Mario 3.
The bat sheet still works in Double Dragon. So
yeah. So I mean, there's a quick look of that up on the website also, so you can check that out too. But that's all I've been playing. I haven't really been playing much of anything because I'm trying to get our website ready, and that has become a monumental task that I was not expecting. So all of our current stuff is up. I just have to, like, probably the last month of content is up fully. I just have to get all the back content back up on there because for some reason it just took a lot of stuff down. I mean, which is fine because we added a bunch. All of our YouTube pages are now separate and everything, but like, it's just been more of a headache and monumental task than it should be, and it's annoying. So. But we're going to get into some of these news bits. We're going to get into this first story from Nintendo Life. Telltale Games surprised everybody this week, or last week, I guess, Friday. Telltale Games begins majority studio closure with mass layoffs. Telltale Games shot to video game fame, working on multiple well-known IP, including The Walking Dead, Minecraft, Batman, and even Game of Thrones. Last month, a Telltale representative said the company's game engine had let fans down in recent time by not allowing the team to deliver experiences it wanted. The developer then said it would be scaling back in order to focus on fewer projects and provide more polished experiences within each of its upcoming releases. Unfortunately, it appears past mistakes may have finally caught up to them. The Verge and Kotaku have revealed that the company has laid off hundreds of employees, which I think the final count of employees laid off was 203, if I'm not mistaken.
I was listening to the and they said about it's probably around 240.
Okay.
Because right now they're only at like 90 employees.
Well, this article reports that Telltale now confirms only 25 people remain at the company. The remaining skeleton crew will stay on to fulfill obligations to its board and partners. This includes work on the Minecraft story mode project for Netflix. A later statement came out and said that currently there's no official announcement about Telltale's future projects, but there are rumors that the final season of The Walking Dead will be cut short. The Wolf Among Us 2 and Stranger Things both have been canceled. So that is so surprising because they just announced all of this stuff. They announced a 3rd season of Batman.
And the Enemy Within was supposed to be coming to Switch.
It's still the Enemy Within is still coming to Switch on October 2nd.
Okay.
Because that's already been ported and whatever, and Nintendo is putting it up on the 2nd. But like they made plans to port all The Walking Dead over, The Wolf Among Us, Tales from the Borderlands. Like they've made plans to port everything of all of their games to Switch. And right now we just have Batman and season 1 and I guess the first episode of The Walking Dead, season 4.
Yep.
And that's kind of it. And it's like, man, that shocked me.
The sales might not have been good. And it's really sad because everybody and all these other developers, once the news got out, all of these other developers were just like, "Hey, we're hiring. We'll take you guys," because they were kind of sad for them.
Yeah, well, a majority of the team, I guess, has moved on to either. I guess a lot of them have moved on to other studios already because they were informed. But I almost said Vancouver, but that was the Capcom Vancouver closure.
Yeah.
But which I'm sure we'll talk about in Arsenal X a little bit. But sorry, but this just shocked me because they got they're working with IP that people love, like especially Stranger Things. That would have been a huge hit for them. I think.
Yes.
I think Batman Season 2, I don't think sold very well. I don't think Guardians of the Galaxy sold well because it wasn't the movie Guardians of the Galaxy. I just feel like that the last couple projects they sold, like Walking Dead Season 3 was not well received, I guess. So, I mean, I guess it just caught up to them.
Yeah, it was their high, I think, really crashed when I feel like they took on too many projects.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it was great that they got Batman. It was great that they got
Batman
Borderlands. Yeah,
Batman
was
Season
really
1 was awesome. And I was waiting for this because I have Batman Season 1 on Switch, and I'm like, I can't wait for Season 2 on Switch because I've been waiting for the Switch version, right? And I hope it comes out on the 2nd because that's where I'm planning to play it if it does. But if not, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm sure it'll be free on Xbox Live at some point, just like the first game and just like every Telltale game ever.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure didn't help them either because I'm sure a lot of people were like, well, all these games are starting to become free through PS Plus or Xbox Live Gold, games with gold that I'm not going to waste $40 now and I'm going to get it for free in 6 months to a year,
Well, yep. By the time it even gets free, the whole series have been dropped down to $20.
Right. And they usually make that first episode free after the third or fourth episode also.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's not helping anybody either.
Well, I think for me, Telltale didn't need Borderlands. I don't think they needed Minecraft.
I thought Borderlands was good, but I know Borderlands didn't sell well. I don't care about Borderlands at all, but I thought that story was awesome. I thought it was super funny. But I know the Minecraft stuff sold really well, but nobody cares about nobody plays Minecraft for the story mode, right? I think that's
I mean with Minecraft, it was just it was right in that wave of how successful Minecraft had been because it was just selling to kids.
Right.
So, you put in a whole different genre of a game into a venture game. Kids don't know nothing about adventure games. They want to build stuff. They like Minecraft for what it is. And you just trying to add on doing a different genre just didn't work well.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, my heart goes out to all those affected by this. It's shocking, but it's this business. I mean, you look at giants like THQ, Visceral, Pandemic, these companies they will be taken away from you if their one or two projects aren't successful, And
someone put the question, should Microsoft buy Telltale? And I think that's probably going to happen.
I don't think that's going to happen. At this point,
them
if they've already laid off their staff, I don't see them really.
I think Microsoft didn't know, but I really think they probably got something in the works by next E3.
I bet Microsoft reaches out to them and hires those employees for other projects.
Yeah, I could see that.
But I don't know. We'll see. But our hearts go out to all those affected and hope everybody lands on their feet.
Yes.
So our next story comes from IGN. Pokemon Go may have leaked an entirely new Pokemon. Say hello to Pokemon number 891. Let's see here. There's been an update to this article since we opened it already. There's an update. Krails, the original leaker of the potential new Pokemon, has streamed new footage on Twitch of the character, showing that it includes an idle animation, and full 3D model, indicating that it's not just a placeholder. It may indeed be our first look at a new 8th gen Pokemon. Pokemon fans believe they've uncovered an entirely new Pokemon due to the leak on Pokemon Go's traffic network. It's currently labeled Pokemon number 891 Kecleon. So it's got a Ditto-like body with an orb floating inside a hardware nut. And then there's images and stuff shown off. So that's just terrifying that the next game will have at least 84 new Pokemon, probably leading up to 900, I'm sure. Oh, man. It's because
I'm just waiting. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I'm just saying, like, that's insane. But I bet once they get to the 10th generation of Pokemon, there's going to be 1,000 of these things. Man, that thought just came to my head. Like,
if it's not 1,000 by just the one that's coming to Switch.
Yeah, but I think that like that trajectory of like that marketing campaign for a 10th generation is going to be so easy. 10 generations, 1,000 Pokemon. Like, I'm sure it'll be like 30 years at that point. 20 years, 30 years, 20 years, 25 years. It'll be an anniversary, a big generation, and a ton of Pokemon. I don't know. This is why I'd stop playing Pokemon in the first place, is that number just keeps rising. So, yeah. Anyways, that's, man, that's scary. Scary stuff. All right, our next story comes from Game Informer. Nintendo grants terminally ill fans wish to play Super Smash Bros. Ultimate early. So, in case you didn't know, there was a campaign that started going around, 2 weeks ago?
Mm-hmm.
A kid named Chris Taylor is terminally ill and might not make it to the release date of Super Smash Bros. And there was a community campaign to get him to play the game early, and so Nintendo granted him his wish to play Super Smash Bros. Early. This comes from Game Informer. Chris Taylor is a big fan of Smash Bros. And was just as excited as anyone else to see the newest game in the series announced at E3. Unfortunately, he also has been diagnosed with cancer that, despite having beaten it twice before, has now been told is terminal. Taylor worries he won't live long enough to see games he's excited for, including Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Devil May Cry 5, and others released in a few months. Taylor has tweeted about this wish before, which gained some attention, which then set off a chain reaction across gaming subreddits, driving attention to his wish. Fortunately, Nintendo was made aware of this and flew a demo build of the game to him early this morning. Taylor's friends and family got to play the game for 3 hours today and let him take a whole bunch of pictures he promises to put up. So that's a heartwarming story. It's sad. It's just really sad. So I'm glad that Nintendo got to do this. I'm glad he got to do this with Nintendo, and they allowed him to do this. It's just a heartwarming and kind of sad story. Anytime somebody is like terminally ill or something, it's just really heartbreaking, you know. So, but that was a good move by Nintendo, like just being the good guy, you know. So, our last news story we're going to cover here comes from Capcom. Phoenix Wright fans should be excited because the Ace Attorney trilogy has been announced for Nintendo Switch. This comes from Nintendo Life. A few weeks ago, Capcom revealed it would be hosting an unmissable Ace Attorney panel on September 22nd at this year's Tokyo Game Show. Following a bunch of rumors dating back to November of last year, it's now finally been confirmed that the first 3 Phoenix Wright games are on the way to Nintendo Switch. For the first time ever, the original trilogy series will be released on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC as well. The collection, bringing together Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All, and Trials and Tribulations, will launch in Japan in early 2019 with a collector's physical edition and Capcom limited edition available. According to Gematsu, The collection will include 10 save slots as well as Japanese and English language options. No mention of a Western release, but I'm sure it'll come sometime over the summer.
It'll be digital for us.
Yeah. Which, is fine. Whatever. But
yeah,
it's cool these games are coming. I know a lot of people like Ace Attorney.
Yes.
So now all we need is a Professor Layton collection, please.
Oh, please.
I like the Professor Layton games. Those games are really good.
Dude, that's like 2 volumes of games. 2 or 3 volumes. So like there's a lot of them.
There's Professor Layton games. There's 6 of them. And then the 7th game was the one that had the girl protagonist in it. That came to 3DS.
And plus there's a Phoenix Wright versus Layton game.
Also true. So
on that.
that's super exciting. Well, Ed, the big moment of the podcast has come. Let me open up the questions here. We're going to answer the 4 or 5 questions that we got today here, and then we're going to discuss the last couple weeks we've been saving the best questions to discuss who had the best question. So we're going to read today's questions first, and then we will let's see here. Why won't it open? Ed, why won't this open? We're going to discuss the questions that everybody asked today, and then we will discuss who had the best question, and we will discuss the winner of the $20 eShop gift card. And then we will announce the October giveaway. So
yes.
Or do we want to announce the October giveaway now?
No, let's keep them waiting.
Okay. We'll keep everybody waiting.
Keep the suspense.
I'm really excited for this October giveaway, by the way.
I am too.
It's a big one. So, all right. Dan Phillips, friend of NGR, asks, what features are missing from Nintendo Switch Online smartphone app that would make paying for it more appealing? What features are missing from the smartphone app? Honestly, I think we've had the smartphone app discussion before, but since we have to use it for voice chat, I think easier way to create parties and just being able to talk to people cross game. Mm-hmm. Like if you're playing Smash Brothers online and I'm playing Splatoon, we can't talk to each other because we're not playing the same game. And we're not in the same grouping. So, like, even if we were both playing Splatoon 2,
yes,
and you were in your own game and I was in my own game, we couldn't talk to each other because we're not in the same party. So, like, that's kind of, baby steps, I guess, but, like, that's not... I mean, look, when we're playing Xbox, like, I could be playing Destiny and you could be playing, I don't know, Super Lucky Tales or whatever.
Ooh.
I don't know.
Give me the garbage.
I don't know.
Not garbage.
I'm trying to make the conversation more interesting because we're talking about the Nintendo Switch smartphone app. Okay, I'm trying to. But like we can talk, and like even if you're on Xbox and I'm not, like we can still have a party chat because they added the party chat mode to the phone app. So like, it's. Xbox Live is a lot more streamlined and they've had a lot more practice at this, I understand. And Nintendo's just getting into this, but like there are just some things that need to be worked out, and like a party system is one of them. So
I think, like I always said, like everybody when you think of Nintendo, you have to think of Nintendo Japan and how they handle online there. Everybody's trying to force Japan to be like America, and it just doesn't work out that way. Like Corey said, that but that's
I'm just kidding.
It's a stepping stone for Nintendo. I think they're gonna take some feedback, and I know people are gonna rant and rave, but I think they gotta let their online service grow. For the smartphone app, I really haven't used it, so I really can't give a answer to this. But I will say, I think I would love to see streaming on it. I think I would love to see people's matches in Splatoon, or see how Fortnite is going. You
Yeah,
know,
I would love to see like some sort of streaming integration on there.
it's-
Like,
and
I mean, Nintendo doesn't even have to have their, or doesn't even have to have Twitch. They can just have like, if they're afraid of like people getting into like, you know, being weird and stuff on the internet, like they can have, like Microsoft has Mixer, right?
yes.
Nintendo could have their own sort of like Nintendo Plaza or whatever, and you could meet your friends in there, and like they can watch your Nintendo streams or something.
You know what? I also would like to see a update button, where it lets you know all the stuff that needs to be updated. So when you don't have your Switch, like you left it at home and you're somewhere else, you say, "Oh, Super Mario Deluxe got an update." All of these, oh, there's just a lot of updates going. My system got to do an update. Okay, hit the button on your phone, or your smartphone, your like iTouch or something, if you're connected online, and it'll just start automatically updating your system without you even have to be at home. So when you do get there and you start playing it, bam, that's, everything is starting to play
Right.
like that. So I guess for right now, that's what I would like to see. Definitely, I haven't really chatted with anybody online through Nintendo, so
I haven't either, to be honest with you.
my thing with Nintendo and chatting and stuff is just that I have Skype, I have Facebook Messenger and stuff. Like if Corey needs to get in touch with me and we're not on Xbox, he always know how to get in contact with me.
Yeah.
So I could just pick up and be like, hey, and there's been times where even after the show that we have picked up our Switch or our video game console and literally talked just for 45 minutes during Skype.
Yeah. Jeez. How many times have we tried to start a show and we just end up BSing for like 30 minutes?
Too many.
So we're going to blame Jesse since he's not here. He's the one that's always got to chat us up. Jesse. Jeez. Get it together, man. I'm just kidding. I miss Jesse. He would have some great insight on this because he Twitch streams a lot through Xbox. You can find him on Twitch at Nope, it's not that. It's sub_hume_ans. So it's like subhumans, but every 3 letters it's underscored. So,
I thought he changed. Oh no, he didn't change it.
No, you can't change it without creating a new account, which is really dumb, Twitch. Pulling some PlayStation BS there. We're going to move on to our next question, though. Rob Rinaldi, he said, just subscribed. Here's my question.
Thanks, Rob.
Will Nintendo release a more powerful Pro model, if you will, of a Switch?
No.
See, I think they will at some point release a Switch 2.0, but all of Nintendo's first-party games. It'll be like the 3DS and the new 3DS, I think. But it won't be like... It's not going to be the difference between launch Xbox One and an Xbox One X. That kind of power difference, right? If they do anything, it's going to be minimal changes that will probably not affect the average player.
I think they're not going to do it. It's not beneficial or financially for Nintendo to do that. Compared to what they do with their handhelds, they could always improve on the handhelds because it's smaller and they know they can make a cooler style. People will go out and buy it. Due to the fact that Switch is very innovative and kind of changed the landscape of gaming, they don't need to change anything about it. They could do updates. They could try to get it more powerful with some of the updates so that new development engines and stuff could come to it. But I don't think they need to make a Pro model of it. I'm like, what is the benefit?
To. I think they will. I think they will. I don't think it's going to be soon because the Switch is selling like crazy, and like I think they want to avoid any type of confusion whatsoever, because you saw what happened in the Wii U and how confused people were. You see all these 2DSs and 3DSs and how confused people are between like, well, if I buy a 2DS, does it play my 3DS games? What about this 3DS? Does it play non-3DS games? Like, I think Nintendo wants to avoid confusion, and that would be the reason why I think they don't do it.
I want to say it's avoided confusion because that same confusion should be happening to Xbox and PlayStation. Anytime you do a new model of an old system, that question of will this play on this question gets asked, and that's definitely, like I said, past years I've been in retail, I get asked this question so many times, and I explain to them, yes, it does do that.
Yeah.
So I don't think they need to do this for Switch. Like I said, it just wouldn't make no financial sense for them to do it, because everybody who invested in the Switch, now Nintendo or GameStop or whoever are going to be stuck with these old systems to begin a new one that does the same thing.
You're seeing that at GameStop and stuff already with the launch Xbox Ones and even the S's now. Like everybody wants an X or a Pro, right? And it's like, I don't know. I don't think it would be beneficial for Nintendo to do that, especially right now. But I can see them doing it in the future. But at the same time, it's like, look how great their games look already. Like, they don't need anything more powerful unless they want to cater to third parties, which, to be honest, Nintendo hasn't ever really catered to third parties. It's just when Nintendo's successful, third parties come to Nintendo, and when they don't, when Nintendo's not, they don't. And so, like, if we see Wolfenstein 3 on Switch, like, it's gonna have to run on a base model Switch, and that's just gonna have to happen, And if it doesn't, then I don't know. But all right, we're gonna move on to the next question. It was a good discussion about that. I'm surprised at how good that discussion was. This comes from Anthony Cantu. He emailed us. Oh, by the way, if you want to email us a question, you can email us at nintendopowblock@gmail.com or tweet at us at Nintendo_pblock. Back to the question.
Yes.
He asks, with the all-new Switch bundles coming out, like the Smash Brothers bundle, Pokemon bundle, and now Fortnite bundle, which kind of Switch bundle would you like to see? I want to see a Luigi's Mansion bundle with dark green and blue Joy-Cons. I said I wanted a Luigi's Mansion bundle last week with GameCube purple Joy-Cons. But just like the purple, or I guess indigo is the correct term, with the charcoal buttons and sticks. Like, I don't need the colorful buttons or sticks, but I would love to see the GameCube purple.
Yeah. For me, well, we got the Pikachu bundle, or the Let's Go Pokemon bundle. We got the Smash one. I kind of would love to see a Pikmin bundle.
Yeah.
And I would love to see the Joy-Cons like kind of multicolor. And actually, I would love to see the casing of the actual Switch be a different color than black.
Yeah, you know what else I was thinking about too? Remember the Animal Crossing 3DS that came out?
Yes.
With like the red, yellow, and green kind of logos on it.
Uh-huh.
I could see them doing an Animal Crossing, a white Switch with Animal Crossing. Oh, yeah. Dude, if they made a white Switch, I would probably have to buy another one.
That as another model I could see happening. Not a Pro model, but another color model of Switch.
Yeah.
That could happen.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's happening. It's happening. There's going to be a red one when the next big Mario game comes out. There's going to now that they have like the what do you call it, manufacturing down on this thing. They're going to start switching colors up real soon, right? And we've already seen them kind of do custom ones with Monster Hunter last year, with the Labo special edition one that was given out for their contests like over the summer. Like, those colors are coming next year.
Yes. Cause I would love to see, cause it would be cool to get a Metroid Prime bundle and the Switch be a different color, be like
Oh my
some kind
gosh,
of aqua or something.
No, what if the Switch was like red with like the orange Joy-Cons? It
Yes.
just looks like Samus's
Oh,
suit. What if they
and-
came out with
in the
two?
green top buttons.
Yeah, or like the buttons on the Joy-Cons would be green, and the sticks.
The see through green would probably like a orange for the buttons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like, they would. This is like real pie in the sky idea, but what if it's like you have the Power Suit Samus bundle, which is orange, red, and green, or whatever, and then you have the Zero Suit, which is like a dark blue, a light blue with the light blue Joy-Cons, and then like pink buttons.
Okay, so, and I know we got another question we're going to move to. Let's take those two. One is for Metroid Prime Trilogy. One is for Metroid Prime.
I was thinking that too. I was like, yeah, what if they did that?
That's and I would say this: charge $350 for it.
Yeah, because like you get the game like a discount on the game or whatever, like $10 off.
A month of Nintendo Online for free.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or Nintendo could just make that Helldivers Metroid multiplayer game that we created and just just put it with
you need to throw that discussion right back up.
Oh,
because
man.
That was literally good.
Yeah, if you guys don't know, we do this sideshow, which we haven't done in a couple months at this point, expansion pack where we just kind of have random discussions about Nintendo stuff. And Ed and I created, if you guys aren't familiar with Helldivers, it's a top-down cooperative shooter, kind of like if you put Destiny top-down and you just keep getting like better weapons and better gear and upgrades and stuff. It's way more streamlined than Destiny, but it's like a top-down shooter RPG, like light.
Sony published that, right? I
think Sony published it on PlayStation. I'm pretty sure I don't know if Sony published it on PC or not, but there's a PC version of that game.
Because I know Sony said they want to get some of their games on Switch, and I think Helldivers would fit perfectly on that.
Dude, if they put Helldivers on Switch, I think Matt and Moose would just have to change their pants in multiple ways.
We'll talk to them later.
All right, our final question comes from Greg Schnabel. He says, "Hi, Corey, Ed, and Jesse." Sorry, Jesse, you're not here. It's been a while since I wrote in, and so I need to say to Corey, congratulations, the Browns have won a game. I know. I'm very excited. I'm very excited about this Browns victory, guys. You have no idea.
What about the beer thing?
I mean, they unlocked the beer. Okay, so for those who don't know, quick sports talk real quick. The Browns have not won since Christmas Eve of 2016. That was their last win. So last year, Budweiser decided to do a marketing campaign where they would put 8 different coolers of beer around Cleveland, different bars. There's 6 around Cleveland and then 2 in the stadium with 250 beers in them. And when the Browns won, these like a Wi-Fi signal would go out and unlock these coolers, and everybody at the bar would get a free beer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it didn't happen last year. So they decided to re-up the marketing campaign this year. And so on Thursday night, they play the New York Jets, and they beat the Jets 21-17 in a fantastic game, by the way. And I was extremely exhausted all day on yesterday, which we're recording on Saturday, so Friday.
And just to give everybody heads up, the New York Jets is my team when it comes to football.
Sorry, Ed, so. you lost. But I was extremely excited for the victory over the New York Jets, and the beer, like, it was crazy because like people were like mobbing these coolers, and there's clearly enough beer in these things for everybody. There's 250 cans in there, and I've been to bars in Cleveland. They're not that big. I don't think 250 people could fit in these places. I don't think 100 people could fit in these places.
Right.
Some of these places. And so it was really cool to see, like, okay, everybody got free beer. It was a good time. And it was, yeah. So
Did you get one?
no, I didn't go up there. Are you kidding? I stayed at home. I was just sitting right there on my couch. Oh, man. But it was a cool thing. And I think they're giving away those coolers as well. And so, like, I think some people got the Budweiser coolers that they have, like, Browns paneling on them and whatever. They're really cool looking, actually. I kind of want one. Not that I'm a fan of Bud Light or anything, but, like, the design on them were cool. So,
Oh, and shout out to Josh Brandt, too. He was rooting for the Browns, too.
yeah,
So,
even though he's in Cincinnati or close to. But he still roots for the Browns, and I appreciate that. You know what, Josh Brandt? I appreciate you. Go check out Indy Nation on iTunes, Google Play, and other podcast apps.
yes.
We need to get him on this show at some point. We need to schedule a show recording for him to get him on here.
Oh, I love him so much.
I know that show's great. We had him on NGR Prime about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So, Josh Brandt, good dude. All right, let's get to this question. Let's see. And he says, I guess congratulations on becoming a parent as well. It's truly a game changer and the fun is just beginning. Thanks. I've found that out yeah. So, man, this day, man, I've had so much to drink and eat that it's just like, whew, I'm burping everywhere, man. So, I hope you guys can't hear them, but, anyways, on to my question. It's Freaky Friday, and each of you gets to switch bodies with Shintaro Furukawa, the current president of Nintendo, for those who do not know. What do you do? Go. FYI, if you haven't seen the Freaky Friday music video by Lil Dicky, then give it a watch.
He's a rapper, everybody. Okay, so I'll go first with this one, because I would definitely go to Square Enix and have to enforce.
Nope. Partner with Arrowhead and make a Metroid multiplayer game based.
That's you. He said me.
I know. I'm just saying. We just had this discussion.
I know.
I'm just kidding.
I would definitely get Square Enix to publish all the Tomb Raider games for my Switch. I would go to Capcom and make DMC exclusively for Switch. So DMC Devil May Cry 1 and DMC 2 would exclusively be on Switch. I would have that happen. I would go to Microsoft and try to get Ori the Blind Forest and Will of the Wisp exclusively on Switch also.
Man, you're a busy man.
Do that and put in some Pikmin kind of style things in there, like Easter eggs in there.
Man.
So I will probably go to, well, not Bandai Namco. I think I would definitely go to EA to get Titanfall 2. I know that much. Last but not least, I will see if I could work with Rare or whoever has the Golden Eye license and try to remake that game and bring it to Switch.
Golden Eye license. Jeez. Well, at the moment, I'm pretty sure Activision has the 007 license, and they've already tried to remake GoldenEye for the Wii, and then they brought it to 360, and then it was just not. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't GoldenEye. Let's just put it that way. It was all right. 007 Legends though for Wii U, woo, rough. That was rough. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was rough. So. For me, there's a few things I would do. I would second your Microsoft publisher deal where I would say, look, we are doing great. We have a great partnership. We would like to see like Rare Replay Plus, and then you would put the Donkey Kong Country games on there. and bring it over. I think that would be a huge get. Ori and Cuphead would be great gets. I think that relationship would be stronger if Nintendo would kind of push for some Microsoft stuff on there, and even like, have crossplay with multiplayer games like Perfect Dark and whatever other games on there that have crossplay or whatever. And I also think like to keep it up with the rare stuff like Sea of Thieves, even like I think that would be more interesting if they got Nintendo involved and had like, hey, you can literally play this game anywhere. So like I think that's a cool idea. Man, what else would I do? Oh, the big one. I was actually thinking about this the other day, and I brought it up to you. We didn't report this in the news or anything, but there were a few rumors going around that The Last Story and Pandora's Tower would make their way over to Switch, and the original Xenoblade Chronicles would make their way over to Switch, right?
Yeah.
I would go so far as to like continuing the Microsoft thing and Mistwalker, because like Microsoft published Blue Dragon from Mistwalker and Lost Odyssey. Like I would like to see those games on Switch as well. Like Lost Odyssey, if you haven't played it and you own an Xbox One or 360 even, like play that game. It's the best Final Fantasy game that you've ever played. And I'm not kidding. Like that game is amazing. It has the original Final Fantasy creator, the original composer, and the original art director of Final Fantasy form their own company in Mistwalker, and those games are that especially Lost Odyssey. Like Blue Dragon, it's good, right? It's good. It was a good first game for them, but I like Lost Odyssey is just one of those games that I think people missed because it's a new IP. It's a new IP RPG, hardcore JRPG on a console that doesn't get a lot of JRPG love. The 360 did not get a lot of JRPG love. So if you are a fan of JRPGs, I highly recommend checking out Lost Odyssey, but maybe an HD kind of remaster of The Last Story as well. Like that game, another Wii game that kind of got lost in the shuffle. And that game just has such fantastic art and cool story and battle systems. Like it's a mix between DMC and Gears of War, which is really weird to kind of put those two games together. But there's cover shooting mechanic and there's melee combat, which feels really fluid and fun. I would like to see that come over as well. There's one more that I was thinking of on the way home, and I forgot what it was. But that's like the big thing. I want to see this Microsoft Nintendo bromance bloom a little bit.
Yeah,
because we've been talking about it way too much for nothing else to really happen.
Right. Added thing for me, and this is my like final thing. Wait for it. Does the Super Metroid remake?
Yeah, I could see that, but I think at this point, the Super Metroid remake, like I know there's no plans for one, but like for me, that's just gonna have the same problem that the Final Fantasy VII remake is gonna have when it eventually comes out. Is like so many people have so many fond memories of the original, and it's never, ever, ever, ever going to live up to that original standards, no matter.
It doesn't care.
And like, don't get me wrong, I'm sure Way Forward is more than up to the task. I think that they are a fantastic company, and like, to be honest, I think with a cool modern art style and just tweaks here and there of gameplay, like I'm sure they'd make a fantastic game, and I'm sure it would be, technically better than the original, but so many the loud minority on the internet would just
I would let them. I wouldn't give a care. That sea level, when you get to the boss before you do the exploration, that needs to be fixed.
Yeah. I think that game is cool. Like I think that Way Forward would do a great job with it. I just don't want them to like go through the crap that they would get. I'm more concerned about the developer getting a bunch of crap than like the game actually being good or bad. So
yeah.
Do we need to pause?
No.
Okay. So that's our questions for this week.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, thank you guys, everybody, for writing in. It was I really have been enjoying this giveaway stuff because it's getting our community more involved, and like we're getting new listeners just because. I mean, like I know a lot of people subscribe to stuff because they want to get a giveaway or whatever, but like I really appreciate the people who have subscribed have actually been contributing to the show, and I want to shout out everybody. Thank you for sending us your questions. First of all, I want to put it out there. Are any of these questions worth comparing to our other list of questions that are up for nomination?
Yes, because they really created a bigger discussion, and like we had fun with them.
Which ones do you think they all deserve to be in this grouping, or do you think one or two or three of them should be moved over?
I think definitely Anthony Cantu's question and Rob Rinaldi's question should be in it because it really made us think. Those two should be up for runners. Not saying Dan Phillips' question was bad or Greg's question was bad. They were really good. But we had more of a interesting discussion on Rob and Anthony's topic.
Okay. So Rob and Anthony have been moved into the pool with Antonio Guillen's question from a couple weeks ago, Sebastian Greenwald from last week, and Deshaun Malone from last week. So we have 5 candidates for this giveaway. Who is your vote for the question?
Okay.
I think we had a good discussion with Antonio's question last week about we kind of had the same discussion just now about like seeing an Xbox and Nintendo crossover, but I think we had a good kind of discussion last week about this. I think would we ever see Xbox games on Nintendo or Nintendo games on Xbox? I think that discussion was good. I also think Deshaun's question was really good about like does Final Fantasy coming to Switch open the door for other companies? Like I think we had a good discussion on that too.
I'm going to say kind of Anthony's question because it made us actually think of what kind of versions of system of bundles that we could see, and it kind of almost got into Rob's question a little bit with the pro thing, but I'm going for Anthony's. Not saying everybody else's question, because think about it, definitely Antonio, he has a good thing, but we've talked about this before like he asked that question.
That's true.
With Final Fantasy and everything, with all these other third parties and stuff, we have talked about that kind of before he asked that question. And not saying that your questions were bad or anything, but we had that discussion before.
We have that discussion
due to the fact that
to be honest, it probably comes up at least once a month.
Yeah. So I'm going with Anthony's question because it really made us think what possibilities can come out. And then definitely when we talked about adding color to the systems, to the actual Switch, and what could expound from there. Yeah. Well, not expound, could go from there.
Yeah. I really enjoyed Anthony's question too. I really appreciate everybody's questions. I really do. I don't think anybody sent in a bad question, because usually if it's not a great question, we usually don't read that, or like we just kind of narrow down which questions are like, I don't want to say worth reading on the air because that's not right. But like sometimes we just get too many questions and we don't want the show to go on for. I mean, we could probably talk for 4 hours, but we don't want that for you guys. So,
Right.
You want to give this to Anthony Cantu?
I'm going for Anthony Cantu. And Sebastian Greenwood, I would like to say this. I want to know what your response is to what I said. I don't know because you put what Edward says because you know it's going to be weird and crazy. I want to know what you think of the answer that I gave.
I think you had. Didn't you have a normal answer for that?
I don't know. I think I did.
I don't remember. Like I used to listen to podcasts and be like, "How do you not remember what you talked about last week?" And then we started doing podcasts. I'm like, dude, I won't remember what we talked about tonight after dinner. You know, like I just like sometimes sometimes I have to go back and like listen to parts of the show to write the descriptions of the show so I know and remember what we talked about.
Yeah. So Sebastian Greenwald, shout out to you. Send a response. I want to know what you thought of my answer.
Yeah.
If I was weird or if I was normal, I'm curious. But yeah, Anthony Cantu, I would give this to.
Okay. All right. Well, Anthony Cantu, you are our winner of the Nintendo eShop gift card, $20 gift card. It is an American code, so you'll be getting an email after this episode airs with the code in it, and it's a North American code. So I think he lives in the United States, right?
He's in California.
I'm not making that up. Okay, yeah. So you should be fine if that's. Man, that was a great discussion about who wins. So now that the $20 eShop gift card giveaway is over, we would like to announce the October giveaway. We are giving away a digital code for Dark Souls Remastered.
Yes.
So we will be giving that away. I think we're going to try to give it away on launch week because that way they will have the ability to download it and play it during the discussion, right? So usually what we want to try to do with these giveaways is kind of give you the whole month to send in questions, and we'll give it away at the end of the month. But Dark Souls is a pretty big game coming out for Switch, and we want you to enjoy it and have the discussion with your friends and whoever's playing it. So the October giveaway is official. Dark Souls Remastered digital code for the Nintendo Switch. So get those questions in, and they're going to be good. So I think Dark Souls comes out on a Tuesday. So
let's pray that it do not get delayed.
So I think you have 3 weeks to get that in because it comes out on the 19th, right?
Yes.
Let me make sure that's a Tuesday. I'm pretty sure it is. Nope, it's a Friday. So, man, so how do we want to do that? Because our episode will post on the 16th. So you know what? We'll give it away on the 23rd episode. On the episode on the 23rd will be our giveaway day. So
okay, you
guys, let's see what's the date for this. The 25th. So you guys have 4 weeks to get your questions in. So, yep, Dark Souls Remastered for Nintendo Switch is our giveaway for October. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel and send us your question for your chance to win. Remember, you have to be subscribed to the YouTube channel, and you can email us a question at nintendopowblock@gmail.com or tweet at us at Nintendo_pblock or leave a comment below the current episode. Yeah, congratulations, Anthony, on the $20 eShop gift card. And yeah. So I think that's going to wrap up this episode of Nintendo Power Block. How do you feel, Ed? You feel good?
Super excited. Great questions,
Ed,
everybody.
you can't send in a question. You can't win this.
Don't you know how many questions I do create? Don't forget, I'm host of Arsenal X, and I'm a troll for some unknown reason on PlayStation.
I know you are.
There's no platinum.
I know. Every week they're like Ed's in the chat and he's sending us crazy questions. Oh man. All right, we're gonna get out of here. Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode. Remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel, Nintendo Power Block. We're trying to get the Nintendo Power Block URL, so every subscribe helps, even if you're just an audio listener. If you are an audio listener, the link to the YouTube channel will be in the description. So just click on over and subscribe real fast. It literally takes like 5 seconds, depending on where you are in the world and how fast your internet browser loads up. So
Yes.
subscribe to the YouTube channel. Email us at nintendopavblock@gmail.com. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Nintendo_PBlock. You can like Nerds Gone Rogue on Facebook. Join our Facebook page, the official podcast group of Nintendo Power Block. Check us out. Ed, where can we find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter at ThatRicherCode. You can also check out Optional Opinion on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, TuneIn, and other podcast apps. The Video Games Volume 4 is in the second week, or at the time that you guys are watching this, is actually in this third week, where I'm talking about the beauty of characters and art, working together. You can listen to the latest episode. Jesse White has joined me, and we are talking about the beauty of art. We also have a side conversation about Doom that you guys must check out. It was really, really good. So you guys can follow that. And it's a NGR exclusive, NGRradio.com exclusive. So you guys could go on there and read the blogs for the beauty of characters and the beauty of art, and this week's feature, the beauty of both.
Nice. Man, we need to have the Nintendo main guys back on here too.
Yes.
We need to figure out these guesting situations. I know we haven't had very many guests on Nintendo Power Block, but we need to get some more guests on. But anyways, I'm Corey Derrig. You can find me at CoreyNHD86 on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me on Nerds Gone Rogue and Arsenal X. You can find me on various platforms. Check out our quick looks of more recent games coming to the Nintendo Switch. Upcoming this week, both South Park games are coming up this week. Lightfall, which is a game we did for the Nindy Showcase. I almost said Pod and Play, but we did a little bit of the Nindy Showcase. But I want to show you guys that game again as well. Like, that is a cool little platformer that I think deserves a lot of attention. So prepare for this week. Mini Metro as well. There's gonna be a lot of quick looks going up this week. I'm gonna try to make some time and do that. So you can follow us on Twitch, by the way. For Arsenal X, at least, we are going to start streaming some stuff for Squad Goals and Royale with Cheese, especially with Black Ops Blackout mode coming up. Jesse and I want to start streaming, so you can follow me on Twitch at CoreyNHD, or follow NGR Radio on Twitch as well, and Jesse at sub_Hume HUM_ANS. So you can follow us both there, or you can go to ngrradio.com/live and see everybody's Twitch streams right there on the page. So check us all out there.
I gotta do some more streaming.
I'm making my stream schedule because I want a couple nights to record and a couple nights to stream. That's the plan. So that's about it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next week, we love you.
Congratulations, Anthony. Woohoo!